Hi guys, my name is Joy Ambale and welcome once again to Cocoa with Joy. And today we are on to the series The Diary of a Church Girl, and we are going to tackle the topic, the secret struggles of a church girl. And you may be wondering, church girl, secret struggles, wako na siri gani? Si siri yao ni Yesu. Mbona siri na church girl in the same sentence? I'm excited because today I have someone here with me who will be helping me to unpack this interesting topic. And besides being a church girl, Damu, she is also a life coach. And I am hoping to take advantage of that and probably turn this into a life coaching session. And I'm going to ask her to introduce herself. Are you ready? Lydia, Coach Lydia.
Thank you.
Yes, just tell us a little bit about yourself and maybe your journey, how you became a church girl.
Hi, everyone. Thank you, Joy. Thank you for the opportunity to be here. Cocoa with Joy is really doing a good job and,
Thank you.
making awareness of the Christians in churches. And I am very happy about this topic today because many of us have been struggling in churches. To put it in simpler terms, the church girl, or rather the church person, has actually more struggles than the people out there. And you wonder, how can we be getting the people outside there when we ourselves are struggling? So how can we preach this Jesus to them? Is this Jesus a poor Jesus? Is this Jesus an intimidated person? So this is very deep, and I am happy to be part of this conversation. I hope and I know it will bless someone. And I know we will get into a conversation that actually people have never thought of talking it just out there openly.
Yeah.
So, today is a good day. So my name is Lydia. Others call me Coach Lydia, but I call myself Lydia Ishara, a daughter of a pastor, and so I am a church girl, born and bred.
Church girl Damu is what we call it.
Paul says yeye alipata wenyeji kwa kununua. Yeah. So he had to buy it. But sisi ni wale tulizaliwa.
Mlizaliwa kama mmeokoka.
Tulizaliwa kama tumeokoka. And that is,
I think,
such
a thing.
That is a very dangerous thing, I think. Because it gets you into a comfortable place. Thinking that you're righteous by association.
Yeah, you inherited.
You inherited, yeah. And also, there's this notion that once saved, forever blessed or forever righteous, something like that. But when you realize mambo kwa ground ni different, there's a place God will make you reach. Because you can't just be comfortable all your life. And I say that is a dangerous place to be because if you are not pushed to the wall, you will not see the glory. The glory comes after you have survived something. Yeah. So being a church girl is a good thing. And I think that's why those who come sometimes are much better than those who are born there. So I'm saying born and bred, a church girl. Parents were pastors. In fact, my grandparents are the founders of the church that I go to. And I'm one of the many who decided actually to love God. I actually chose to love this God from a very tender age, yeah. And growing up, I had the sense of, you could tell the difference. There's just that consciousness that grows with you. That you're not supposed to do this, you're not supposed to dress like this, you're not supposed to go some places. You just know what to do. And it's not because these things have been told to you. It's just what you have seen and what you have captured. And you see you live in a way that, maybe if I do that, that is wrong. But nobody has it written anywhere. But it's
sort of, it has been your surrounding.
Yes, and then it convicts you when you do otherwise. Yeah.
Awesome. So I'm just wondering, as a church girl, did you ever, and especially being in such an environment where, for lack of a better word, everything is pure. I mean, your grandparents were pastors, your parents were pastors. You are something close to a pastor. So I can imagine everything around you just looks white to me and clean. There is no blemish. Did you ever have struggles? And did you ever have struggles that you thought, hey, this one, I am not telling anyone. I am going to carry this to the grave. Sitasema, hii usiambie mtu. I cannot say. Did you ever have anything like that?
A lot.
A lot?
And yes.
Hey, I'm surprised.
But I'll tell you the highest one.
Mm.
And this I know people can never guess.
Mm.
The highest, when I say the highest, this is what I mean. Growing up, I knew myself that I was a good girl. In quotes. I wasn't, yes, in quotes. I wasn't the kind of person you would meet me in some areas. Not because I've been forced and told, you're not supposed to go here or not. No, I felt like that was wrong and I cannot be found there. That is not me. I chose the path early. You see? And
Do
so
you think you chose it or it was chosen for you?
I chose it. I chose. In fact, my parents were the kind of people who had too much trust with me. They knew, Lydia, you come up with a story, okay, you've seen her somewhere or something. They say, no, that's not Lydia. So they trusted me. And it's because I gave them that picture, and not really the picture, but I behaved. I behaved. My primary school, my high school, and to campus and outside campus, I finished campus, got employed, got married. It was just a phase after phase after phase, season after season after season. So
No delays.
no delays.
Wow.
Everything came in the right time. So why am I saying I'll say the highest of struggles? Because after marriage, I had to do some reality checks. Things were not happening the way I was expecting.
So you're saying life went okay until somewhere after marriage?
Somewhere after marriage.
Before you were just good girl, everything is going according to plan.
Yes. But I wanted to start with this one.
That is already a miracle for me.
I wanted to start in the end and then come back. Yeah? So I tell you how the good church girl lives, because I know there is so many of us. So after I got married, I had a period of 4 years without a baby. And in those 4 years, I was expecting to have already gotten 2 babies. According to my calculations and my plans. I was the kind of person I wanted to get into marriage and then baby come.
And I mean, things so far have gone according to plan.
According to plan, so why not? So you see, but the plans of men are not the plans of God. And that's why I said, when you're not pushed to the wall, you will never see that glory. So what if I never waited for 4 years? I got into marriage, I got the babies, business is booming and nothing is wrong. Where do you think I could be today? Whom would I have given the glory? So it's very dangerous. So 4 years into marriage, no babies, 2 miscarriages. I start questioning God. I have been a good girl. What is not happening? So in that time, and I say that is when reality check comes in, I start looking at my life. What did I miss?
Oh, so you thought it was because there's something wrong you did?
Yes. And I was a little bit sure of what it was. Just people didn't know what it was. Before I came to what was, I was sure I was holy. Being sure to be holy is the greatest of sins. And I didn't know that. So in my struggles, I found one pastor. Told her how I have been, how I've been brought up, how I've lived, how I'm perfect and everything. And then
like
this is
just
happening.
like I thought, without blemish, everything is white.
And I say, look, pastor, that one, they have babies out of wedlock. They don't even need the babies. Look at that one. Look at that one. I was a very good girl. I never had any relationship. I was in fact married as a virgin. No. And pastor was like, oh yeah, you have taken so long to realize that.
So you thought you were deserving of
Exactly.
the finest of
Exactly.
you were the finest of God's.
Exactly.
Okay.
And that pastor opened my eyes. He truly opened my eyes. And I started repenting on that. And immediately after I started repenting that, I got pregnant. The pregnancy was so smooth from the beginning to the end. To my baby coming in 2020, I said, oh my God, how can I be so blinded in church? So that's when I started seeking God now truly. And I realized, if this was me, the perfect girl, what about others? And then I start now looking at my life. Was I really a good girl? Was I? And then I realized, even starting from high school and campus. High school, there was a picture I gave others. I gave people the picture of a good girl, but deep inside, I desired to be like others. And even though my appearance looked finest, my desires were opposite of that. As I said, my dressing was top-notch. People realized that this one is different. From my dressing, from my looks, from everything. This one is different. But then I would be drawn to the secular music. I would be really drawn to the secular music. I would be, not even dressing code. Dressing code didn't matter to me so much. And at some point, I had issues with self-image. Because I used to be a very fat girl. Very fat. Kapum-pum kabisa.
Ulikuwa unakula vizuri. Ama ilikuwa baraka tu.
I don't know. But I used to be fat. So I had an issue with self-image. People used to call me beautiful, but I wouldn't believe them. I thought they were saying that to just make me happy. Yeah. But I didn't believe them. When I looked at the mirror, I didn't like what I see. So to the secular music is where I was drawn so much. And then a time came when, especially when we were in Form 4, people had friends. I didn't have friends. So I was questioning, is it because of the way I look?
You mean, by friends, do you mean boyfriends,
Friends,
girlfriends, or just
both girls
general?
and boys, and then boyfriends.
Or these girls and boys, and then
Yes, boyfriends. Yes.
Okay.
So people used to get letters. I didn't get any letter from anyone. So when we were doing KCSE, there were boxes and boxes of successes. People could get like 21 person. I get one.
That one I can relate.
So I was very disturbed. I would get so sad. But what could I do?
Because they were so shiny and
yes.
I don't know if in your time there used to be those cards that they were singing, they
yeah,
had
with melody. Yeah, there used to be those, and then there used to be those cards with boys and girls,
And then those ones that you open like this and they have something in there that
you can
like
relate now. Yeah. such beautiful cards, and I envy a lot. But what could I do? I just look at them, feel bad, get over it. The next day comes, and then we could have trips to other schools, other boys' schools, other girls' schools. And you could see how, and then I was an introvert. I wasn't so much of a talkative girl. You know, people would just, I would be in a circle of people and people would talk, and I'm just there smiling.
Listening
And smiling. And then I realized one time people used to say, you have a very beautiful smile. So I would use that. What else could I do? I can't say anything.
So why didn't you used to talk? You had nothing to say, or you just preferred listening?
I don't know if it's lack of words or I didn't relate. I don't remember.
Well, if you say introvert personality, I understand.
Yes, I was.
Yeah, but I'm just wondering, like in that moment, is it that you are afraid to talk, or you couldn't relate?
My self-image. I would go back to that. It really disturbed me for a very long time. I think I accepted my self-image in campus, because there was a time I was very sick for almost a year. I lost that weight. I've never gone back to that weight.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
I was really, really sick. So we would visit other schools, and, girls would mingle with boys, and you could see boys following our girls, but people are not coming to me. People are not coming to me. So that one would really torment me. But then one time.
So if they would come to you, what would you do with them? You are okay.
Exactly. So one time, there was this time we went to a boys' school, and then when we came home, there's a lady we were in high school with, who visited me at our home. So when they came, there were two ladies. They came to my home, and then we visited another friend of ours whom we are in the same town, but we used to go to school together. So this other lady who we stay in the same town had a friend who was in that boys' school, our neighbor school. So this girl says, let's go visit this friend of mine. So we go, we realize it was the guy in that high school we went. So when I saw him, and then his brother was around. So his brother came directly to me. And then I remember that day very well, because when he came to me, I was kind of alone. And then my three friends were like, I don't know where they were. But when he came to me, I jumped and said, you want her? I call her for you.
You jumped, Lydia.
Yes,
sure.
I jumped. I don't know what's happening. I don't know what's wrong. I jumped and told him. And he was very clear. Like, it's not her I want. I want to talk to you.
Jump, Lydia. Overreacting, sure.
I wasn't expecting that. Okay, you want to talk to me? Oh, okay. So he's like, I love your hair, short hair. I love your hair. You look good. Deep inside, I'm not convinced at all.
I hope you at least said thank you.
I don't even remember saying thank you. I am not convinced. How can I say?
Oh, me? Are you sure?
No, but it didn't take long. It was that was the time when the friends were going back home. It was in the evening, so they were going back home. So we just said, okay, bye. We didn't even exchange numbers. So I went back home. Totally forgot about him. Nothing happened. So I go to campus. So in high school, there were those self-image struggles. Now in campus, the University of Nairobi, I get there, people are excited about me. Everyone is excited about me, starting with the class that I am in. And that gives me a lot of confidence.
What is it about you that made them excited?
Remember, I am this same conservative girl in my dressing code, still short-haired, but not as introvert as that time. I don't talk much, but I talk. And people think I talk sense. So starting from my colleagues to the lecturers to the, like, I was a celeb of some sort. And I'm like, so maybe I have a place anyway. So I began having that confidence. So in that journey, people respected me. People were saying, you can make a very good wife. People could go out and come the next day, and I'm not even excited about the parties and nini. And the men especially were very like, wow, we've never met such. I think Nairobi everyone was a bad person, a bad girl, not a bad person. So everyone was just, party. I wasn't such kind of a girl. So what struggles did I have if I had already grown into confidence? I'm not looking at myself as ugly anymore. And now everyone is championing for me. They think I can actually make a good wife. What could be wrong?
So was it different in campus? Or did people now started giving you attention?
Yes, a lot. A lot. People wanted me to be a wife. But
You got many applications.
yes, many. And they could disqualify themselves. Why? Because when they come, they know I don't do that. And I don't want you to stop because you want me, because that would be a lie. That will be a lie.
So if you're a thief, you just continue stealing.
Just continue.
Don't stop stealing
because of me. Yeah. And they could understand. I was like, okay, you are friends, but they wish, and I know they wish, and it's a no. We continue being friends. So that was life then. But then again, I started having those thoughts of, what if I give someone a chance? What if I take them to church? What if I try this? Could it be wrong? I actually fall into a trap like thrice, but I never fall completely because I became vulnerable. I thought, why not? And so because of that, I could hide in my thoughts. And the things that I used to think are very evil, not really evil, dirty.
You?
Yes, me.
I'm surprised. I don't know if we should talk about that behind the tent.
Yes, me. And I want to say this because I know it's a struggle of many girls.
Yeah.
It is a struggle of many girls. Thoughts, the devil's tent.
So do you think people think like that because they are evil, or it's just...
No, they give a doorway. They give a gate to the devil. And some hide in that. They don't, and that's where people start masturbating. That's where people start, doing things that are evil, but people cannot see, and they substantiate that. But that is the very dangerous place to be, because you're planting a seed, which is very difficult to come out of. If you won't be open with that, I actually had to come open with that, because why? The Bible says it's not a matter of you doing the adultery. It's a matter of the thoughts.
Yeah.
And you have sinned already. Yeah. So, meaning I was an adulterous person.
By coming out in the open, what did that look like? What do you mean?
I had to confess.
To someone?
To a pastor.
Okay.
I had to confess to a pastor. I had to come open. Because these were seeds that were planted, and they actually had to be taken out for me to be free, for me to enjoy my marriage. And when I started confessing that, can you say I was a good girl now?
Not necessarily.
I was not a good girl. I used to call myself a good girl.
Just on that, you said you had to confess to a pastor. Do you think it's healthy to share your struggles, especially the deep, dark ones? Or do you think, especially those ones that are shameful, and of course, if they are deep and dark, there is an aspect of shame in them. Do you think it's healthy to confess, or some things should just remain between you and God?
The Bible says, confess your sins
Mm-hmm.
to one another. That is actually how you disentangle the devil from it. The issue of the woman with blood.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think Jesus wanted to shame the woman?
No.
No. He actually insisted, who touched me? And he was serious about that. Who touched me? The lady had to come out. Why? Because if you went without saying it out, now that is an example of people who don't want their things to be known. They just want God to know, and then they are forgiven, and then it ends there. But Jesus convinced her to come out. So that
you
is
think there is
very
a healing that
needed.
happens when you talk
Yes.
about it?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It sets you free.
Yeah.
It sets you confused.
And for some reason, you want to talk about it. It sort of, it nags you.
Yes.
Until when you go and you let it out and it's like...
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's actually a lie
That's
of the devil
Yeah,
who wants us not to talk about them.
yeah.
So when you realize that there is power in confession to someone else, then you will not hide anything. Repentance is very important. Very, very important. So this is for the people who say, so long as God knows, I've gone to God, I've asked for forgiveness, and that's it. That thing will haunt you to the end. The moment you speak it out, then that's when you are free indeed. Yeah.
Are you saying this also as a life coach? Is that what you would
Yeah,
advise?
yeah.
to
That
someone?
goes to, in coaching. That is good therapy.
So if you killed someone,
Speak it out.
they'll
Speak
arrest
it
you
out.
or stone you.
Speak it out. What if nobody saw Moses killing the Egyptian? It was just God who saw him. Angenyamazia hiyo lie. Angeisema.
It becomes a heavy burden.
Yes,
to
it
your
becomes
heart.
a heavy burden. It's good for your health, for your progress,
For your heart.
for your
soul.
heart. You just free and you just move. There's something that comes with burdens and bondages that keep you somewhere. You will never flourish.
Yeah, that is true.
Yeah, you will never flourish.
And I'm asking that also thinking about myself, because there are some things you don't have to say. You're like, I want to die with this one, I'll never tell anyone. But somehow you're something in you just wants it out. You just want it out. And you even know that if this thing comes out, I'll be ashamed. And sometimes you can imagine even walking into that office of a pastor or whoever, and you're like, hey, I have something to tell you, and it's not easy. It's very difficult. But for some reason, you just want it out and you say it.
And you see, it's big. It's the lie from the devil. The fear. He gives you the fear part of it.
Yeah.
So fear.
He uses it actually to shame you. And
to shame you.
And to speak into your...
Yes.
You did that.
And magnifying the whole thing.
You're such a bad person.
How will people see you now? How will they...
If you try to do good, you've done good, but remember. Yeah.
It's such a bad place to be. Such a bad place to be.
Wow. And during your journey, you said you had a lot of struggles as a church girl. A lot of those two secret things we have. I mean, it's life as we've come to see it. Did you have friends or a friend in each season who you knew you could go to and talk to?
I wouldn't say I had
like a best friend or a close friend or something like that.
Friends who are passing by?
No, someone.
I never had that close friend. Again, I'm going back to the self-image. I would...
So because of that image, you were not able to let someone... Okay.
I wouldn't give a chance because I had it in my head that people were lying to me.
Like everyone was.
Everyone is lying to me.
What about family? Maybe
no one
brother,
is.
sister.
And then the problem with family. There's one problem with family. Family don't talk.
Yeah, that's true.
Family don't talk about struggles.
And especially about the deep.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I'm also one of those people who have grown up in a place. You see, when you have rules which have not been set, but
Yeah.
they are rules.
Mm-hmm.
And so you grow up feeling like, I'm not supposed to go there, I'm not supposed to do this. But actually, nobody has communicated that to you.
Yeah.
It's just something umejiekea, and you think it's very, very wrong. Like, how can I go ask my mom, okay, there's this guy who wants me, like that's an abomination.
Yeah.
How would I even start?
Maybe it's a silent rule. Like,
Exactly.
just.
So family don't talk. And I grew up in such a family. Like, you just live a hypocritical life, like everything was good. And that's why I'm saying, even my parents trusting me like a good girl, I was not a good girl. I wasn't really a good girl. So these are the most of the struggles. Having to see yourself holier than thou. And you see, you give yourself that image because you have not done anything physically.
Even I don't trust you when you say you are not a good girl. I don't trust you. How do you know?
People will trust me. Nobody is good. We have all short and fall. We have all fallen short.
We have all fallen short of the glory. Yeah, so I want us to do something as we come to ending, to wrapping this up. I'll share with you one of my struggles, one of my biggest struggles. And then you will tell me if you can relate.
Okay.
And the reason I'm doing this is because, first of all, it's because I have an opportunity. There used to be those times I used to ask myself, am I the only one going through this? Is anyone else feeling like this? Am I normal? Is this, how are people handling this? How, such questions. Because again, it's a secret struggle. It's one of those things you don't just go tell people because they'll look at you like, sasa wewe mtu mkubwa, ama wewe mtu wa church, wewe siombe. Such, or maybe you feel judged, or you feel it can be used against you. So, one of my struggles as a church girl that I felt was not very easy to say was loneliness. And I mean, there's all these scriptures in the Bible that talk about God being close, present. There's so many things that are supposed to sort of cover you from loneliness. And yet you're struggling with loneliness. You're getting? Sometimes you feel it's like people they'll think you're not deep with God, or they'll think, wombi sana, wombi vizuri.
So where did the loneliness come from? Is it because you didn't have friends?
No, I'm that person. I'm very good at making friends. I make friends very easily.
And at what stage did you start feeling lonely?
This is a particular kind of loneliness. The loneliness of singlehood.
Okay, so you had pushed unto a certain age, you felt like it's time to actually have someone in my life, and no one was showing. When you want to
get married, but there is no one.
Okay.
You're getting?
Yeah.
That particular loneliness. Wacha hizi zingine. I had friends, I had people around me. I was always around people most of the time. But now it comes to that time where, for the men, the Bible says it is not good for man to be alone. And well, the woman of that man is also not good for her to be alone. That was how I was feeling, So I've come to that part where, my friends are starting to pair up. They start dating, they're getting married. All of a sudden, all of your circle is gone into marriage, and it's you make some other two close friends, they go, it's like, hey, kwani? And you're also expectantly waiting on God. Meanwhile, you're getting into relationships. You're hopeful this one will work out. You're hopeful this is the one. Another 2 years, you know, I remember there's a time I got a really good job, and I remember moving into this house. It was a really nice house, and I was fixing things, and I got to fixing the bulb. Of course, I'm thinking, it should be my husband for doing this. I'm not supposed to be doing this. And I was like, and on the box of that bulb, it was written 2 years, like it lasts up to 2
Okay.
years. And I was like, he's the one who's going to come and remove this. Anyway, 2 years is enough. 2 years later, the bulb is burning. You're still the one putting it down, hey, and then to make it worse, have you ever lived in Nairobi? You said you're in Nairobi University.
Yeah.
Do
6
you
good
know
years.
the cold in Nairobi? Huh? Hey, it gets to July. And my feet know how to store cold in them, like ice. Like it would be like when I'm sleeping, it's like I'm sleeping with ice cubes in the bed. Hey, and I would remember that scripture for how can
True.
that one about keeping warm. How can one keep warm unless
There.
how does it go? That one.
The
For-
Ecclesiastes
yes.
one.
The one where hakuna warmth utapata ka uko peke yako hapa kwa hii bed. You're getting? Ay. And sometimes it would make it hard for me to even pray, because first of all it was a desire that I longed for. I knew I wanted to have a family. I wanted to be in a relationship, not even just like the people around me, but it gets to that point in life for everyone. If if you're not a eunuch, if you're not those people who are called into celibacy, and I am not. So it got to that place where, hey, I'm feeling way. And it was a struggle. And sometimes I didn't even want to pray about it. I just wanted to be consumed by it. I remember there are times I used to even play love songs, and I'm just listening. I'm like, God. I just soak in that pain, if I can call it pain, you know. Then I would sleep. The next day I would wake up, pray, I'd be good. But then that feeling would come again, now with its cousins. It'd come torment me. And no, I would overcome it, but it would always come back, you know. And for me, it ended when I got married. And I'm not saying it will end for others when they get married, but for me that is when, because I had the desire to settle in marriage. But that loneliness, I did not like it. It's one of the things that really, and I know right now it's easier to talk about it because I'm not in it.
You've overcome it.
I'm not in it, yeah?
Yeah.
I don't know if you can relate, but as for you, you've said everything happened in time. You finished this, you finished this, you finished. But have you ever in your life struggled with feelings of loneliness?
I had like 4 years in campus.
Mm-hmm.
And the first 2 years were okay. The second 2 years were not. Why? I said, yeah. I painted a picture that I didn't want to tarnish. And I soaked myself in my thoughts. And I would even be watching soaps and, programs, movies, series, and everything. I used to be addicted to those things. I'd watch series overnight. And tomorrow is Sunday.
You
Yes.
Not just someone's.
Me.
You would watch series.
Overnight.
I'm surprised.
I start at immediately after dinner. I end at 4 a.m. Unless it is finished. If it is not, I am not sleeping. So I had those days. And I got married at 28 years. But at some point when I was in campus, because I finished in 2013 campus and then 2016 I got married. So I think 2012 or 2011, I used to contemplate, should I give just one a chance? Maybe they will be good people then. What if I convince them to get saved? I had those thoughts because nobody had initially, someone who I know from church had initially expressed interest. So I had no boyfriend.
So the ones you wanted to give a chance were not from church?
From church. And if they were from church, they were from different churches. Actually, one of them was from a different church, a devoted person, but I wouldn't want to be married from a different church. So
I would ask you how come, but let me not ask you today.
Yeah, please don't ask. That is a whole another story. But why didn't I get into an agreement with that very guy? Because he wanted me to go to his church and I wanted him to come to my church. So we didn't have an agreement there already. And so I didn't put it in my head. But I had thought of what if I just say yes to someone, because many of them had that idea of, when we get married, I'll be a good person from there.
Oh, they'll start when
Yes. That is the story they were telling me. So I'll be like, no. No, I won't be the reason. I'm not the savior. I am not the savior, so don't please let me be the one. Let me not be the reason you get saved. I knew that was a dangerous playground too. So I would just soak myself in my thoughts. Like, okay, I know one day, one time, I will be married. But I wasn't showing it.
So within that time, did you feel the kind of loneliness I'm trying to explain here?
No, I didn't go that far. But I've had stories of ladies who really want to get married. And they feel like nobody is spotting them. They feel like it's time is getting by, they're over 30s, and they feel like nobody is coming. And I keep telling them, don't make it something you're worshipping. Don't make it an idol. Corinthians says, let the women who are married take care of the husband. Let those who are not take care of the business of the Lord. So why don't you stick with that and say, let God time comes. I know when the right time comes, you will get married. And so don't give up. I know people who have been married late. I know people who have been married early. But don't sit there worrying yourself like, okay, it's an end to my world because I have not gotten someone to marry me. No. I am blessed. The fact that I just finished in 2013, got employed, and then got someone who married me. And our courtship was very short.
No wonder you're saying that. No wonder you're saying, oh, don't worry yourself. If you had waited 10 years.
No, it's we are all given burdens that we can actually handle. It's actually us who demonize ourselves. If only we will take the eyes of the Lord and look up to him. You see, you had a lot of friends, but nobody understood you. You actually had to step aside and start, living your own life, going a different direction. Do you think if you had stayed there, you would have been here today? You had actually to divert from the journey that you were. So I'd say go back to yourself. Listen to what is going on in your life. Look at what is going on in your life. And then ask God for direction. The point where we go wrong is we are depending on our own understanding. And we want things the way we want them at the time we want them.
Yeah.
And God does not work like that.
Wow. I could have asked you more, but I know we have talked for a long time.
Yeah.
And the idea here is just what you said. There's something you said about confessing your sin one to another. And I love the example you gave that Jesus called out, that
the woman with the issue of blood.
The issue of blood.
Yeah.
And I think it helps me understand even more why I'm actually doing this
Cocoa with Joy.
Cocoa
this
with
series.
Joy, but this particular series,
Yeah.
The Secret Struggles
Yeah.
of a Church Girl. And I know there are many out there. There are people, especially the higher you are in your chair or in church, the more people look at you like,
Holy.
yeah,
Nothing
you
bad
should
can
be an
happen to
example.
you. Yeah.
If please don't have struggles, do not, you just be righteous. That is all you expect from you.
And that's where when they go through the struggles, they don't talk about them.
Yes, they don't talk about them, and it feels lonely.
Yeah.
And for me, this is why I'm doing this, so that you know that, first of all, you're not alone, and you can talk to someone. It is recommended. It is good for your heart. Don't die alone. Don't poison your spirit and your heart by keeping stuff. And you can imagine there are people who are in church and they are really doing bad things, and they need to free themselves of all those things. Of course, we're not saying you be careless and go to the wrong people who will handle you badly, because there is also that. There are people who've done that. But yeah, let's talk, let's share, let's let it out. Your secret struggles. You can go to the comment section and feel free to say something, give an encouragement, especially to those people who feel like, hey, this one, I'm taking it to the grave. That thing could be the one taking you to the grave. So let's keep talking. Thank you for joining. I'm looking forward to the next one with a different guest. See you again.